I am super excited right now. I'm Jillynn Fisher. I'm excited just because this is the first time I've put makeup on in a week. I don't know about you guys, but this quarantine thing is a little nuts. But I'm excited because I know that there's a lot of places that you could be, maybe not physically, but there's a lot of things going on Sundays. So thank you for taking the time to be here. I am Jillynn Fisher, and I'm going to give you a ton of information in hopefully a short time, but in a way that makes sense. So I was a respiratory therapist for 13 years at a level 1 trauma center, and I have been following what's been going on really closely with my colleagues that I worked with for so many years. And I'm so thankful for the people who are working on the front lines every single day, because I worked in ER, ICU, all of it. And those people are heroes, really. So what we're going to be talking about today is called nutrigenomics. And I hope that you find all of this information useful. It may or may not be something that you're interested in, but I am just so thankful that you took the time to be here to take a look at this, because the likelihood of you knowing somebody that this information could help is pretty high. So like I said, we're going to be talking about nutrigenomics, how nutrition affects our DNA. This is not a word that we made up. This is projected to be a $17 billion a year industry by the year 2023, but we are at the forefront of this information. We used to believe that if your dad died of a heart attack and his dad died of a heart attack, that you would also potentially die of a heart attack. And what we know now is that your DNA can be affected. You can upregulate and downregulate good genetics and bad genetics. Only about 2% of your DNA is coded at birth. So that is what we're going to be talking about. I'm going to take you way back to 2005, which, yes, was a while ago, but there was an ABC investigative report that aired back in 2005, and it's going to kind of explain what we're going to be talking about, and then I'll come in and fill you guys in on what has happened since that report aired, because it is a lot of amazing information, but this will give you a good basis of what we're going to be talking about. So listen for those words, those two words, oxidative and stress, and then we'll come back and talk in just a second.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Doesn't. Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig.
Dr. McCord, okay.
I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver to meet Dr. Joe McCord, a world-renowned scientist.
This is pretty exciting stuff you're finding, huh?
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test.
There can scoop, yeah, there we go.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body.
Leading to disease.
Leading to disease and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells.
So, Doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment.
Doesn't taste bad.
It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us.
Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease, but it's something that accompanies and is attached to many disease processes. So you can see the age-related...
Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. But in Dr. McCord's tests, taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old.
They all are reduced to the level of oxidative stress that one would expect, frankly, in a newborn or a very young child.
High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma. I've studied all of these: strokes, heart attacks.
Even mental disease.
Yes.
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression.
Dr. James Crapo with the National Jewish Medical Center in Denver is also researching Protandim for the company. But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. Dr. McCord calculates the numbers. The result, my level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Would you suggest I keep taking this supplement?
I would. I can't guarantee it's going to extend your life. I can't guarantee it's going to eliminate any diseases or cure any diseases.
But we do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
Okay, so did you hear that? I don't want to wait till I'm 80 years old and wish I would have taken it. That ABC report aired back in 2005, like I said. This is a publicly traded company, and they were given less than 24-hour notice that John Kionis was coming in to investigate a claim that Joe McCord was making that they could reduce oxidative stress pretty significantly. So they came in, and usually if you know anything about investigative reports, they usually ended poorly with somebody going to jail and companies being shut down. But as you can see, that ended very, very well. And so the stock was selling for about $1 a share. It did jump up to about $20 a share just on the speculation of what this product could do. Now, he is a scientist. He did not have the infrastructure to mass produce the orders that came in. $5 million worth of orders to be exact. So he did not have the ability to get $5 million worth of Protandim out. So those orders went virtually unfulfilled. About 9 months later, they did put this on the shelves of Rite Aid and GNC and Walgreens and places like that. But we're selling very little, less than a bottle per store per month. So the stock did drop down to about 7 cents a share, and they were going to be delisted. So they hired an external consulting company to come in, and they took one look at that ABC investigative report, excuse me, and so you have information to share. The average person does not know what oxidative stress is. So you need to educate people and let them decide what they want to do with this information. So that is what I'm doing here today. I'm giving you information, and what you choose to do with this information is entirely up to you. But I really hope that I am able to add value to your life today. So what we're talking about is Protandim NRF2. It is a combination of 5 herbs. And I will tell you, when I was introduced to this almost 4 years ago, I was really mean for about 1.5 years. I wouldn't look at anything. I wouldn't pay attention to anything that was being told to me. But when I did, it was because I was in a desperate place with my health. I was puking off the side of my couch 4 to 5 days a week. I was passing out a lot. And I was desperate. I was pregnant with my fourth baby, and the prescription medication that I had been taking kind of as a Band-Aid for what I had been dealing with for so many years, I could not take anymore because I was pregnant. And so I reached out to my friend. I said, okay, give me the ingredients. I will make sure that this stuff is safe for me to take before I start taking it. And I will try anything because I am so desperate. And so I had taken this to my doctor, my midwife, a lot of different doctors, make sure that what I was seeing was safe for me to take. And I chose to take this. But when I first looked at these ingredients, I was like, okay, I take turmeric every day and I drink green tea. So I'm activating this NRF2 pathway thingy, whatever it is you're talking about. And that's not actually the case. This is a synergy product. So we used to know, 1 + 1 = 2, right? But when you're talking synergy, 1 + 1 then equals, 18. So this is 18 times more potent than if you were to take each of the individual products, herbs by themselves. It's also cheaper to do it this way. So this is BSCG certified, meaning Olympic athletes can take this product, drug tested athletes. And NSF certified. So that just means what we say is in the product is actually in it. If you're taking any supplements that don't have that certification, you might want to reconsider that. So what is oxidative stress? A lot of people don't know what this is. Most doctors are like, oh yeah, well, there's no significant way that we can reduce it. They used to believe, you could take a bottle of vitamin C and reduce oxidative stress, reduce the damage that is done by free radicals. But like I said, I'm a respiratory therapist. I love oxygen. Blue people are always really, really bad. So we give them oxygen. The air that you breathe is 21% oxygen. But that also causes damage to our cells. Okay, so if you cut open an apple and set it on the countertop, it turns brown, right? That's oxygen hitting the apple and oxidizing it, rusting it. And that's what's happening to our cells inside of our body. And there's no way to avoid this, unfortunately. Things like talking on your cell phone, drinking, chewing your food, exercise, pumping gas, the environmental toxins that we're exposed to all cause free radical damage. And so a lot of people are like, oh my goodness, this is a miracle pill. Look at all those things. I'm like, no, this is not a miracle pill. I'm very, very sorry to tell you there is no such thing. But when your body is given what it needs, it wants to live in a state of health. And so when we're talking oxidative stress, it is at the root of over 400 disease processes. So it will affect a lot of different things. Obviously, we can reduce oxidative stress 40% in 30 days and up to 70% with continued use. There is not another pharmaceutical drug out there or supplement out there that can make that claim. So it makes sense that you reduce oxidative stress, you're going to dramatically affect things in your body. So everything from the eyes, heart, you have one heart, brain, lungs, immune system, that's a big one right now, right? Diabetes, all of these things are affected by high levels of oxidative stress in our body. And so what we used to believe was antioxidants, right? And those are still very, very good. Eat them. They're very, very good for you. But when you eat an orange, you consume a molecule of vitamin C, right? That molecule of vitamin C will kill one free radical, and then it's used up and it can't be used again. The power of NRF2 activation is not that we are supplementing the body, it's that we're activating the body to do what it is designed to do. Your body has catalase and glutathione and SOD built into it. We're hearing a lot about glutathione right now, right? With all of the stuff going on in the world, the crazy stuff going on. This increases your glutathione level in your body by 300%. That's huge. There are bodybuilders that do a lot of crazy things to build and boost their glutathione levels. This is a huge component to a healthy immune system. So with NRF2 activation, one molecule of that catalase or one molecule of that glutathione is going to kill 1 million free radicals before it's used up and can't be used again. So we know you can't eat your way out of oxidative stress, but if you give your body what it needs, it will turn on the production of the things that you need to be healthy and reduce that oxidative stress. So PubMed.gov, this is the Bible of medical research. At the hospital, this is where we would go for true, valid scientific research. And when I was looking into this stuff, I went out to try and disprove Harvard and the American Heart Association and Louisiana State University. But you guys, there are 31 peer-reviewed research studies now in PubMed, not on an ingredient in Protandim. Okay, there's a big difference on the actual proprietary blend called Protandim. So that's huge. The American Heart Association published an article in their medical journal called Circulation about Protandim and the benefits of the heart. They don't endorse branded supplements, you guys. They haven't published anything about branded supplements other than Protandim. So this is a great place to look for valid, true scientific research. Another great place is Google Scholars. Okay, so we can dive down that road of Google and Mr. G, but I promise you, you don't want the opinions of paid bloggers. You want true, valid scientific research that was done by third party that had zero financial benefit or reason to say what this product does. So Washington State University did a study on NRF2 activation, and this is on PubMed.gov, and they said it may become the most extraordinary therapeutic and most extraordinary preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. You guys, I don't care if I live, to be 90 or 100. I just want the years that I'm living to be as healthy as possible. And this is the best way I know to do that for my body. So if there's an NRF2 pathway, there must be an NRF1 pathway, right? So this goes to the mitochondria of your cells. If you remember 8th grade biology, this is the powerhouse. This produces ATP, which is the energy factory of your cell. Okay, this is also BSCG certified and NSF certified. Mitochondria are so important, so very, very important. If the mitochondria of your cells are not healthy, a lot of bad things can happen. And we know that you cannot have autoimmune diseases without mitochondria dysfunction associated with it. So we really want the mitochondria of our cells to be very, very healthy. Okay, so a lot of things are associated with the dysfunction of your mitochondria. You want to make sure that they are healthy. So this is one of our newest products. This is called NAD Synergizer. This is an amazing product that increases your body's sirtuins. Okay, so there's a couple ways to do that. You can do intermittent fasting, extreme intermittent fasting long-term. But this increases that sirtuin activity by 100% very, very quickly. Okay, there are other NAD products out there, but they increase it about 2%. So caloric restriction increases sirtuin activity by 94%, but this increases your positive mood, your mental energy. You guys, when I started adding this to my daily regimen, my to-do list, which I love my to-do list, I get a lot of stuff done, but I was getting done at 2 p.m. and I was like, okay. So I got a lot done really, really fast and thought it was just a fluke that I was just superwoman for a day or something. And no, it's continued to stay that way. I absolutely love this. And then when they're stacked together, obviously, again, we're talking synergy. We know that when things work together in the body, they perform better. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more with, our gut health. Right now, we are living in a crazy world when it comes to immune systems, right? You've taken an antibiotic in the last 10 years, it can still potentially be affecting your healthy gut flora. So you need to make sure you're taking a good probiotic. When my daughter was in the hospital, I became mama bear. She was severely septic, spent 3 weeks in the hospital, and we had yeast coming out of her skin. So I went on my rampage of research, and it was nearly impossible to find a good probiotic with a decent survival. Your stomach is super acidic. It has a very, very, very low pH. So it kills bacteria. It kills good bacteria and it kills bad bacteria. But with that BioTrack technology, 60 to 70% of this probiotic is getting through your stomach into your intestines where it is needed and beneficial for you. Okay, so over the counters, I did find a good probiotic that you can get with a prescription. It was going to be $120 a month for me, and I was not willing to do that. But this is amazing. Your gut is your second brain. Okay, 70% of your immune system is in your gut. So when a lot of doctors know, like if we want to affect things like depression and anxiety and autism and ADHD, you go for the gut. You heal the gut and make the gut healthy. This is our Omega. You would not believe me, but you can go to my Facebook and see that my kids chew this like candy every single day. Not all fish oil is created equal, you guys. This is, to get a good omega, you have to harvest that from deep sea cold waters. And those are very, very far offshore. So a lot of times that fish sits and oxidizes, again, that oxygen thing, and turns rancid before it's ever even bottled. Okay, so this has good omega-3s. No omega-6 fillers. We get plenty of those in our diets. It's rich in omega-7, EPA, DHA, and vitamin D3. Okay, so my kids chew this up. They call this candy. If you bite into your fish oil and it does not taste good, you should really consider possibly not taking that anymore. If you're constantly burping up nasty fish flavor, maybe consider not taking it anymore. This stuff is amazing, and you want to make sure that you're keeping every part of your body healthy, okay? Your cell membranes, your brain, all of those things, supports heart function, skin health, immune system is so important for your body, especially for us that live in the Midwest. We do not get good fish here. So those 4 products that I kind of unpacked for you are called the Vitality Stack. And what I call this is kind of my $5 a day health insurance asset. Okay, so it's kind of like 4 flat tires on a car. You fix one of them, you're still probably not going to get super far. But when you're affecting the whole body, this has really taken that guesswork for me out of what my body needs. Instead of throwing the kitchen sink at my body, I now know what my body needs to stay healthy. There's also the Ultimate Stack that has that prebiotic and the NAD in it, which is amazing. That prebiotic tastes good. I overdose on it often because I get done drinking it and I want more. But that feeds the probiotic that we put into our guts, okay? It gives it food to eat. This is our Axio drink. And when I saw this, I was super upset when I saw that we had an energy drink. I was very new at the time, but energy drinks to me were the kids coming into the hospital on the weekends with their hearts exploding, like not good stuff, not things that are great, the stimulants, the things that are really, really bad for you. But this is super, super clean brain food. You want to make sure you enhance the neurotransmitters in your brain to fire straight. So they're not, I think of it kind of like jagged and all over the place, like that squirrel mentality. You want things to fire straight and work well. And so this has those B vitamins, L-theanine, niacin, quercetin, and those things that feed the neurotransmitters of your brain. So you're not jittery, but you're focused. One of my customers said it's like there's this thing that wraps around him and he can just focus on what's in front of him that needs to get done. And this is my 2 in the afternoon drink. After I've homeschooled 4 kids and I need to get the laundry done, I drink this because coffee is not going to do it. It's going to be the up and the down and the crash and all of that stuff that I don't want. So I'm in love with this. This is so, so, so very, very good for my children. They all drink this. People ask me all the time how I homeschool, and I attribute that to my Axio for them so we can focus. That same NRF2 technology was actually asked of us to be brought into other products. Okay, Louisiana State University did a study on melanoma skin cancer and came back to the company and asked us to produce a skincare line. This is the only NRF2 activating skincare line on the market, and it also goes 7 layers deep through your dermis, so you know that this is helping your skin. I'm not a skincare junkie. It's true. I don't wash my face all that much because if I'm going to put on makeup, it better last a few days. Anyways, I know that totally is TMI, but I am in love with this product. My children use this every single day for a lot of things that have been going on with their skin for, since they were babies. This True Science hair care that is clean. super, super clean. You can test that on an app called Think Dirty. It is not a dirty app. It is an app that you can test the cleanliness of the household products that you're using, from your skincare to your makeup, to your household cleaning products. It's amazing. You could eat this hair care. Your scalp absorbs what you put on it within 7 seconds. It can be tested in your bloodstream. So you want to make sure what you're putting on your scalp is good. And then obviously for our pets, it was a really amazing visual for me to see my 13-year-old chocolate lab start using Pet Tandem. They age 7 times faster than humans. So you can imagine what reducing oxidative stress in their body does. You can go to YouTube and see that. So that is a lot of information on some amazing products, but I'm not stopping there because I am not going to prejudge anybody. I am so thankful nobody prejudged me. They could have looked at my life and said, she is a mom of 4. She's working a full-time job at the hospital. She is a health coach. Her husband is taking 22 credits in college. He works full-time retail. This woman is the definition of no time. But what they didn't realize was I was sick and tired of my husband driving in my driveway at 2 in the afternoon and telling me he had been laid off with 6,000 other people. There was nothing that he did wrong. And we're having a baby in 4 weeks. You know, I knew that corporate America was different. I knew that job security was very different. And so I loved the products that we were taking. I had so many family members on the products, but I had said I would never do this business. I'm so thankful that my friend kept talking to me about this. So this is not for everybody, for sure. 85% of my business is customers, people who see the validity to the products, they take the products and they stay on the products. But when you're looking at any business, you also need to look at where that company is positioned to see if it is also a good fit for you financially. And I will tell you right now, this is a very, very volatile time for a lot of people financially. And my heart breaks for the people that no longer have a job and an income right now. I am so thankful that I can do this from home, that I can put on makeup for the first time in a week, and sit here and share wonderful information with people and let people decide what they want to do with that. But when you look at an S-curve, every business, every successful business goes through this. So up at this top section, that's Walmart and iPhone and Starbucks. And if you're talking network marketing companies, Arbonne and Amway, okay? You know what they do, you know what they have, and you know where to get it, right? And you probably know a couple people that distribute those things. That's called up here that saturation, okay? Those companies grow about 5% a year, so they do make money year over year, but that's not where the massive growth in a company happens. It happens in this momentum phase. 80% of the money to be made in any company happens during momentum. And we're talking about a product that people want to be healthy, people want to live in a state of health, and they want to do it as naturally as possible. And so we are publicly traded, so all of our numbers are an open book. But when you're talking about knowing about something before the average person does, you could line up 100 of your closest friends. You could line up 100 doctors. And if they have not gone to school in the last 3 years, they don't know about NRF2 activation. They don't know about Pro Tandem. It's not really a matter of 10 years from now, it being, what is NRF2 activation? This is being taught in medical schools. It will be, what NRF2 activator are you taking? So you now know about something before the average person does. And get back with the person that invited you if this is something that you want to share with other people. This is a way to earn money from home, which I know is a big deal for people right now. You can get started on a couple different pack options, and these are products. You get products for your money, okay, at a one-time discount. Best thing about this is if you want to be a customer, be a customer. You pay the same price for your product as a distributor does. So we're not forcing anybody into a business that they don't want to do. But if you are thinking of those people that this could help, whether help physically or help financially, every human on planet Earth has oxidative stress, you guys. This is not something that anyone's exempt from. So this can help so many people. There are a lot of ways we get paid. The two big ones are the upfront Smart Start bonus and then our residual paycheck. You guys, my first month, I made a couple $1,000s, but my residual check was $3.80. It's not very big. Don't bank on $3.80. But what was crazy is I quit working at the hospital 2.5 years ago. I would clock in, and 2 weeks later, they would send me a paycheck. Okay, I stopped clocking in 2.5 years ago, and they stopped paying me. That is called linear income. Okay, but what I did in my LifeVantage business 2 years ago continues to pay me today, which is a massive blessing. That's called residual and leveraged income. Okay, you can do way more with the efforts of 100 people than you can do with 100% of your own efforts. And Warren Buffett says, you know, if you don't find a way to earn money while you sleep, you will work until the day you die. And I think a lot of people are seeing this now. So wherever you see yourself, I honestly just wanted to replace the products that I knew were going to be beneficial for my family's health. I didn't want it to be a financial burden to us to pay for amazing products. And so I was like, okay, I'll do this business just to get enough money to pay for the products that I knew I wanted my family on. And I was kicking and screaming. I simply didn't know what I didn't know. But I said, okay, I will be coachable. I will be teachable. And when I say that, I'm talking about the team that comes around you when you start a business like this. You inherit an incredible team that walks you through exactly how to get where you want to go. If you want to make, $250 a month to pay for some groceries, okay, we can walk you through the steps to get there. That's where I wanted to be, honestly. And so that's good extra income, right? If you are not the person going to bed tonight wondering where you're going to get the money to pay for something, I guarantee you right now, you know people that are wondering where they will get that money. Pro 4, Pro 5, that's good supplemental income. There are 60,000 people a day hitting the age of retirement, and 95% of them do not have enough money saved. The average Social Security check is $1,300 a month. Both of these ranks, both Pro 4 and Pro 5, average more than the average Social Security check. So say this takes you 10 years to build. Are those 10 years going to go by? No matter what. And if you can build an income that pays you month after month because you have shared information with somebody that's helping them, that's amazing. But if you look at Pro 6, 7, 8, that replaces 90% of American household incomes. And I'm telling you, what we do is very, very simple. You're seeing what we do right now. We invite people to look at information, and they get to decide what they want to do with this information. And obviously, this is not net wish marketing. It does take work. What we do is simple, but it is not always easy. There's a lot of personal growth that goes into this, but I'm telling you, this business could walk away today. And the personal growth that I've gone through the last 2 years was worth it. The money could be gone tomorrow and it would be worth it. So when I looked at this, I was like, okay, I'm going to be coachable, I'm going to be teachable, and I'm going to give you 90 days. And I'm going to be able to come back in 90 days and say that this didn't work, that you cannot make money in network marketing. And what happened was I hit that rank of Pro 3 in 30 days and the rank of Pro 5 in 120. And it is not because I'm an awesome person. I was being kind of a butthead about it. So it's not because I'm amazing, it's because we show you the steps to get where you want to go. And this may not be a way that you find yourself making residual income, but find a way to earn residual income because it's a big deal in what life looks like. So thank you so much for being on today. I guess it's close to nighttime, but I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Get back with the person that invited you. They will be reaching out to you. Nobody wants to be that crazy, awful, horrible network marketer that drives everybody crazy, but let them know where you're at. If you're a no, this isn't for me right now, that's absolutely fine. Let them know that. Okay. If you're like, yes, I want to get started on these products. I want to do great things for my health. Let the person that invited you here know that. Same thing if you want to get started with the business. So thank you for being here. Have a great day, and we will talk later.